You want to sit next to me? No.
I feel like she just like when you ask her stuff, sometimes she'll just say no,
just to kind of like
just
oppose.
to be out of spite. Going back to, you know what's funny, bro? Like a lot of these, I don't want to say a lot because I don't know who's doing what. You know,
yeah.
It's not my business to know who's really about the raps and who's not, because that shit is dumb. It's a dumb concept to me when everybody wants the rappers to be 100% what they rap about. Like if we're all gonna believe Cool G Rap was really in the streets with 245s just doming fools, pause. You know what I mean? Like some of that shit is like, come on, bro. They'll give the greats a pass, which is like, okay, cool, but not nobody else either. We're gonna start the show.
Birds Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga.
I don't know that much about cars.
Like on the other side of that
like the old school like Pontiacs and shit?
The devil like inside your box now while the angels fly over my head.
Like Escalade, not Escalade, DeVille 94. You know, those big ass boat looking fucking. That shit was it was nice. I got used to driving those long ass cars. That shit was cool, and I was the third owner of that shit because I knew the old man who owned it. His son bought it originally, and then he gave it to his dad, and his dad sold it to me for 600 hots.
What?
600, fool. But it had all kinds of. It didn't have tags for like 3 years, so I had to pay that. That kind of made up, like it made.
Oh no way!
Like $1,000.
What the hell?
400.
You get penalized for that shit?
Yeah, well, if you don't pay your tags every year, I think it goes up or some shit like that. But yeah, that shit was cool. It was a cool car, man. I did a lot of things in that car.
My dad had a had a 87 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, real beige, real nice. I mean, all interior leather. In the summers,
yeah,
you would get burned, bro, sitting on those leather seats.
Fuck.
And in the winter, you'd be freezing your fucking balls off. Like,
yeah, there ain't no in between. It's either super hot or
super cold.
Yeah,
I actually made an album called Sonia with my boy NC, and that's I based the whole album off of my dad's Cadillac, like just riding around with him, and kind of flipped that in a
in a hip hop way.
In a hip hop way, more so like kind of like, cause my dad named the car Sonia, and I was like, why? That's such a weird name, bro. Like Sonia is like a Russian ass name, and so it was kind of like me just talking about the car, like just riding around in it, and I think I've always been like a conceptual album kind of guy. I'm not one of these dudes that makes a album and it has like no direction or kind of like no kind of foresight, no theme to it. Like thematic albums, I've always been like from day one, it has like a beginning, a middle, an end, and it has some sort of
like everything's connected in some way.
Yeah, exactly. All the rhymes, and it goes into songs. And even like my Green Lights, if you listen to Green Light, I don't want to give it away, like to all the listeners, like just listen to 3, 4, 5, and it all kind of flows together. And I don't even mean it to be that way. I just know when I go into that album mode, I just know where I left off and where I want to pick it up from.
Yeah, that's tight.
How do you when you make your albums? How do you go into it?
Well, I do it as kind of like it's like albums. I only have one like MIGZ album. It's called Never Been the Best.
When that come out?
That shit was like 2014, and that was like I was pretty much just like a collection of songs that I had during a period that I was starting this shit, like starting to do music as like a real thing, not just like a hobby.
Mm-hmm. You took it serious.
Yeah, so I started designing my own covers, and I have maybe a couple YouTube beats, but shit, they were Jay Dilla, which was I love Jay Dilla. That's my favorite producer of all time. I think I had a Madlib beat on it, and then the rest were Zobi and Locust. That was before the Loop Scholars. So I've been getting music from them to make music even before Loop Scholars, and then Loop Scholars became a thing after. But shit, I've been always with these two same producers if it's not my own beats, you know what I mean? And besides like fucking YouTube shit, which I don't do anymore because I think that's lazy, you know what I mean?
Oh, like digging in the YouTube crates?
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, if you're gonna do a mixtape, that's what mixtapes are based off of, taking other people's beats, doing your own thing off of them. But now, I don't know if you heard the music now where they sample hip hop music, but that's the whole fucking song. Like, I think, who are they? Shoreline Mafia. What's up, mama?
We have an interruption. We have a special guest.
Say hi to the camera.
God's Hour.
Say hi to the camera right there.
You're on the show, Penny.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
It's because it's dirty over there, and I already changed your diaper. Or you need another diaper change?
No. After all that, I don't know. Okay, well, we didn't do a proper introduction, but my face is swollen. I don't know if you could tell. I just had my wisdom teeth taken out yesterday. I took it like a G. All these fucking people, hey, dog, you're going to be hurting, dog, on this shit. I'm not going to lie. I did take some Motrin, but it don't matter. I know one of these fucking pussies over here that would have went and did that, they would have been on 3 Percocets at the same time.
Titty. But
no, my face still fucking hurts right now. But it don't matter. What is it? I guess we could do a real quick drip check, man. I got Gel Cayano 14, Asics. These are oyster white, which they kind of look like a light yellow to me.
Like an off-white.
Well, off-white's more like gray.
All right.
This is like, I don't know how.
Like
this is like piss. Kind of? This is like a piss color to me. Like if you pissed on a white shirt, this is what you get.
That's a healthy piss because this shit don't look yellow at all.
It don't look yellow to you? This. I'm talking about the laces and the...
It looks more like sand.
I don't know. Maybe you need to get your eyes checked,
Maybe,
or I need to get my eyes checked. But what is it? Something gray, right? Yeah, cargo shorts. Got the Imperial tank top. And what you rocking, MIGZ?
I got some Reeboks.
I don't think the camera pick. Maybe cross your leg.
Got the Reeboks with the Adidas socks.
Put your leg dumb high.
You feel me? Got the work shorts, the Dickies, with the cell phone pocket with no cell phone in it. And then I got the Columbia sportswear shirt, and then this hat. What does it say? Is
the something what?
The Flavor Shack.
The Flavor Shack. Shit, that's a hard hat.
Shout out to the Flavor Shack. I got this from my embroider guy. He just be giving me hats randomly and shit. So
this full downstairs?
Yeah. So he did this one, and I'm not sure if you see how the letters aren't super like the outline's not directly around the letter. I'm not sure if that's part of the design or if it was like a mess up and then they just gave it to me, but shit, it looks cool to me.
Kind of probably seemed like that would be the case.
But shit, no, since I don't know how it was actually designed, I can't tell you. And that's the good thing about, fucking...
Getting free shit.
You don't know if it's fucked up or not,
I ain't never complained about nobody giving me no free shit,
nah, man.
But to me with that, it's kind of cool because if you're doing like a fast throwy on the street, that's how it would look because it wouldn't look perfect.
Nah.
Like you just trying to throw that shit up and
get the fuck on.
Yeah, get out of the, get on. Yeah, exactly. But you was talking about the Loop Scholars before, so break that down, that group, like how it formed and your role, like the roles everybody plays in it.
So Loop Scholars is made up of 5 members. It's Locust, Zobi, Psychedelics, myself, and then Bosco, which is like the invisible entity of Loop Scholars. He does a lot of the website stuff.
Is that the homie I met?
With the long
Bosco?
hair?
Yeah. He was cracking up at all my jokes the last time. He was like my one... the guy I would go to for my jokes.
He's cool as fuck, fool. I've known this fool for like... shit, I don't even... It was maybe 2011. I met him and Psych at the same time, but me and Bosco, we kind of connected on a creativity level. You know, we both fuck with computers, design, but we call him Internet Satan.
What the fuck?
Because he's just, man, he knows how to do anything with a computer. And then, so we started linking up just to do like random shit. Like we would kick it just to smoke. We'd go to like different spots to film like parts for music videos. Like we filmed like so many music videos that didn't even come out. It was just fun doing it. You know what I mean? Like we would go to different spots. He produced he directed a lot of the videos, edited them. And right now he actually built the booth right here in the studio. I had an idea and I was just spitballing. I was like, hey, you know what would be cool if we had a booth? And he's like, oh, that would be cool. Next thing I know, fucking there's wood in here. This fool's got power tools cracking. And I'm like, damn, all I had to do was mention it to this one.
He got busy.
He got busy, and that's what I love about him. Anything that I can think of that I have an idea for,
he'll run with it.
Bosco's the guy. He'll take care of the digital side, the internet side, and then shit. He installed a sensor on my lady's car, where we went to a bunch of mechanics, 3 different mechanics. They didn't know where the fuck to fix it. They still charged us to check what was wrong with it. This fool, I showed him. He's like, oh yeah, I found the part. I'm like, fool, you haven't even looked at it. He's like, well, no, but you described it and I looked it up. I found the part. It's $20. And I'm like, all right, I gave him the $20. And I was like, what do you want to install it? Just smoke me out. I'm like, oh, man, I'm gonna give you, like, I want to give you some money, but if that's what you want, then that's what you want.
That's the price.
And I'll always look out for the homies in whatever way I can. Bosco specifically, I've always had love for him, and whenever I could help him, I'm always happy to do it. But he's the type of fool that won't ask for help. Mm-hmm. You know, he'll just do it on his own, and I respect that shit. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I need help, I'll ask for it. You know, because I'm not bigger than that. I don't think I can do everything. There's some things that I can do, and I'll do by myself without help. But other things, I acknowledge. I'm like, all right, this is outside of my field. I'm gonna reach out to somebody who's more experienced than I am, and that's cool. I love working with other people. Serbs, he's a god in this podcast shit. He's been doing this shit, and I've seen his work, and it's cool. He's consistent with it. Makes his own beats. That should trip me out when I found out he makes his own beats. I'm like, oh shit. This was kind of like the type of people that I like to be around, because that's how I started making beats. Yeah, I started making beats because I got tired of asking for the homies beats, and they'll give it to me, but then at some point I'm like, damn, like I need to just learn how to do it. Mm-hmm. I had the sound that I wanted, the type of samples I wanted to use, so I just spent some time to learn the FL. And then I got an MPC, and so I started messing around with that, samples, records. And just because we're the Loop Scholars, we'll go to any random spot and people will just offer us stacks of vinyl.
No way.
Just because, you guys like listen to vinyl records? I'm like, you guys, yeah, we're the Loop Scholars. Oh, I got a stack of vinyl that is just back there collecting dust. You want it? I'm like, hell yeah. And that's cool to have something that everybody recognizes you for. Even though everybody listens to vinyl, they always come to us and we offer us vinyl just because we're the Loop Scholars. But yeah, man, so it's 5 of us. All of us make beats. Psych, Locus, myself, Zobi, and then MCs is just Psychedelics and myself. And we all kind of like
so all y'all produce?
Yeah, we all make beats, except for Bosco.
You said Bosco's the kind of behind the scenes.
He's a technical guy, No,
yeah, I've been wanting to get a Psychedelics beat and shit.
Okay.
But what is it? He charged kind of like out of my budget, so I'm like, I mean, as you should, like anybody, this is what I hate about people, where it's like you give them, they ask for work, you give them the price. Oh, dog, I'm the homie. You can't give me like, you know what I mean? And it's like a mad excuse. Like, bro, nobody that's ever charged me, I've ever done, like, the price is the price, bro.
Yeah.
And you're lucky to get to pay that, like,
yeah, off titty, yeah.
I hate when motherfuckers do that shit.
Yeah, and I try to look at that too, in anything, in designs and beats. Like I have a line from I think Evidence that I really like. I think he says, fucking pretty much he's saying like I sell my beats for what I sell them for, or they're free, nothing in between. Like, and I agree with that. It's like there's some MCs where I'm like, I fuck with you. I'm gonna give you the beat, and if you want to buy a beat, this is the price. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not gonna drop it. You might get lucky enough to where we kick it, and I fuck with you to the point where you know what, boom, it's yours. All I ask is fuck it, just shoot me like a percentage of the royalties. Not even that much, but just something to show me like, all right, I appreciate you, and
it makes sense.
I'm gonna bless you with this amount. And it's like, and I already understand how streaming royalties work, where if the song doesn't make money, nobody makes money.
Literally.
You know, so I don't even take it like, oh, you got to pay me up front, and then you also need to give me a percentage of that. I'm like, nah, like maybe I'm not experienced enough to do it like that. Because I know there's people where like, oh yeah, my beats are $200 for a lease. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck all this lease owning shit. Like, once you pay me for the beat, it's fucking yours. You can wipe your ass with it. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. You paid for it, you know? So I'm not, that's it. My price is that. And
that's what it is.
And that's what it is, you know? I'm not going to add no extras on it. Because a lot of the times when you start doing shit like that, people don't want to fuck with you because they're like, oh, nah, now I got to put a co-production credit for this fool. And it just becomes work at that point. And once it's work, it's like it ain't fun no more. You know?
That's a real fine line between creative like artists. Like when we create, we're thinking about, or at least for me and for you for sure, but like we're thinking about creating first and then the business comes later. Yeah. And you know, there's more business savvy or business inclined artists, which is fine, but it's like what I don't like about some of like the licensing and shit like that is when like I only like they tell me like I'm thinking I bought the exclusive or something, or they don't tell me it's not an exclusive, and then I hear 3 other fools with the same beat. Yeah. I'm like, nah, that's not what we're about to do, bro. I just don't like that. But I feel like I've only sold like 1 or 2 beats my whole career. I've given, you know, obviously with Chava and Mufasa, I've given them beat. Like, I'm not going to charge those fools. What the fuck? Like, that to me, it's just like, I want to see us win because, you know, number 1, like, Mufasa's my family. And number 2, like, Chava's, that's like that's like my cousin's, like, one of his best friends, you know? So the way I show love with the homies and shit is if you're really about this music shit and I feel like we're on the same page, then it's nothing for me to produce for you because I already know what it's going to be, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, no, you got to match up with the people with that same level of dedication.
And the mentality.
Yeah, and the mentality, because that shit is important. There's a gang of the homies that make music. We've been talking about, oh, we should work on some shit, and it just never happens. And I'm not sure if it's because either one of us don't want it enough, but there's other people where I hit them up on Instagram. I'm like, hey, I'm at the studio, come through and kick it, see what's up. They'll come through, listen to some beats, and then we'll just vibe off of the fucking what we're doing at that moment. And then I'll be like, hey, I'll throw on a beat. You got a verse? Oh yeah, boom, verse recorded. It just happens. And there's fools that I've been talking to for years who are like, hey, yeah, we should work on some shit. Never does, you know. And that's just a blessing to be able to find people that you just link with and shit just happens naturally.
I'm one of those for sure that, like, if you send me shit, like, I'm not saying it's not gonna get done, but I just got so much music that I'm working on, from like Chicano Syndicate, Chava's album that we're working on, and my own shit, my own like 5 fucking albums, you know, that it's better to catch me like if we're in the studio, because right there I'm gonna be able to tell you I'm not feeling this or I am feeling this, and we get it rocking right there.
Hell yeah.
What is it?
I think that's the best way to work with somebody, you know, bring them into the studio. All that emailing stuff,
it's kind of
people forget, you know, oh, can you resend the email? Or it's just like, dog, like, now it's becoming like a fucking, like I said, a job. And it's like a lot of the times when you do things for money, they don't come out the way they're meant to come out. You know what I mean? So it's always important to keep those type of people around you. And if you don't have those type of people around you, just work by yourself. You know what I mean? That's always a good thing too. Work by yourself, and the right people will find you. You know, so
yeah, man. I think as artists, it's important to get out there and really just kind of sink your teeth into whatever hip hop culture is out there. I mean, people love to make the argument, well, there's no scene where I'm at. Well, find that shit, bro.
Create it.
Go and figure it out. I'm not like I had to be outside and really get to know people, to know other people, to find, like, you know, even like with MIGZ, like how the fuck did we even connect? Do you even know?
It was the Righteous Fest.
The Righteous Fest. Okay, so
that was the first time.
So there was some people throwing these shows in Ontario, and I would go there. Then that's how I met DTO, Abe the Freak, and all that. Then Abe the Freak threw shows in Maywood called Righteous Fest, and then that's how I met MIGZ.
I don't even think 30. I had a set that day. I think I just went to go check it out.
Yeah, and you had those little mini vinyl things that you made for different albums or whatever.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you straight up, like, dog, I'm not even into this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit's just gonna collect dust. I'm a real hoarder, bruh. So I already know, like, I ain't about to do nothing with this, bruh.
Yeah, no, it's cool, and that's why you should have like different shit for different people. Some people are they like physical stuff, you know, and some people are more leaning towards the digital age, where it's like everything's on the internet now. Everything's data. Nobody's really buying CDs, cassettes.
Physical.
I mean, it actually has been coming back now, like in the most recent years.
It kind of does, like
it fluctuates. It goes up and down, but I think now people are getting tired of streaming, and they want to keep their music. They don't want to just rely on the internet. One day the internet's going to fuck off, and then all your shit is going to just go away like that. So it's better to have something physical, to where you can have proof that, oh shit, look, this is the fucking album, versus, oh, now you can't listen to it on streaming because there's publishing issues, there's licensing issues. All that shit is a new problem that could be avoided just by fucking buying a CD of some shit.
Yeah.
For example, the Loop Scholars, we released the album, our first project called Loops Angeles in like 2019 on streaming platforms. And then up until last year, we made physical copies of it. And honestly, we made more money selling physical copies than we ever did in those 3 years of having the album on streaming platforms from all combined platforms. So now it makes sense to me to do more physical shit. And also it makes you connect with the fan more, the supporters, where it's like they own a piece of your art and your work. And it's not going to go away unless they lose it or break it. But other than that, you got it on tuck. And then we made it to where it's a deluxe edition, because the songs that are on the CD, you can't find them on the internet because we didn't put them up. But if you want to show love, then we're going to give you some extra shit, some shit nobody has unless they buy the CD. And we threw in remixes into this deluxe edition. We threw in bonus tracks that never came out on that first one that were supposed to. I even have a remix where I made a beat for a Loop Scholars track. Psychedelics made a beat for a Loop Scholar track, where it's kind of rare for us to produce for the group because we produce on our own. But as far as Loop Scholars production, it's mainly Locust and Zobi. Those are the ones that kind of I guess created the sound of what Loop Scholars is. And I fucking love it. The homies are they've been talented even before Loop Scholars. Me and Locust go back to like fucking to our home city, to Linwood. He was in high school, I was in middle school. He would send me beats on Yahoo Messenger.
Damn.
And
talking about some shit.
Like I would record fucking on GarageBand. No mixing, no mastering, just straight raw dogging that shit, recording vocals, adding basic ass fucking effects.
Plugins.
And it worked for me because I had that kind of made me realize like, damn, this shit is cool and fun, but I want it to sound better. So that's when I started, okay, let me make a actual beat. Let me fucking use a actual mic interface, do the shit so it could sound the best that it could. And it could give it that that luster that it fucking, it deserves. Each song is, you got to polish it up and, present it, put it on display for the people to see and hear and listen and, feel and try to understand your vision. And that shit is dope, man. I love this hip hop shit.
No, yeah, brother. Like I said, like I always say, bro, like this ain't something you could just walk in and just make it hit and you're gonna get all kinds of money, bro.
Yeah, nah.
My cousin, I don't want to say his name, but he, was in the street and he had money, like I don't know. You want to go home?
Okay, we'll go home right now in a little bit. Okay.
You don't want to say hi on the show, Penny? You want to say hi real quick? You're not on the camera, but
you want to say hi? Okay.
You don't want to say hi? Well, we'll get to you in a second because you're a topic of discussion that I would like to talk about on this podcast.
Ooh.
Because look at that, you are, when you have a family, if you want a family, you're gonna have kids, and they're gonna be a motivation for you in your life to succeed. Some people, they don't have that mentality, but your father, he's a great man. I could tell he's got a good mindset, got his head above his shoulders, and he's passing that on to you. So we're gonna spin the block on you. But real quick, where the fuck was I when I came?
Oh, your cousin.
Oh, my cousin,
in
right?
The streets.
So yeah, he was in the streets allegedly doing some things, and he told me because he knew I made music and shit, and he was like, he liked the way my music sounded, and he was like, how much you think it would be to make a hit? I'm like, that's a super odd question because that's not even like a factor. Yeah. I mean, it is, but it's very how much money you have behind the record doesn't really matter. You can make a hit with a $200 microphone and like Shoreline Mafia. They made their 2 singles off of GarageBand. Like, yeah. I'm pretty sure they, there's a lot of stories like that where they had like rinky dinky shit and they took off with it. Yeah, like this hip hop shit is like where we all like connect from. And I see a lot of MIGZ. I see a lot of me and MIGZ just from the homies doing the clothes to the beats to the rapping. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's all from the same source. It's just a different outlet. The art, the music, the fashion, it's all kind of comes from the same place.
That's what hip hop is.
Yeah, it's all one source, and then you can tell when people try to fake it. Like they try to fake the source. Like it's they say, oh, they label it as hip hop, but you can feel it. You can feel it. Sometimes, people don't need to tell you that it's hip hop. You just know. You just hear it. You understand. And it doesn't always have to be boom bap to be hip hop. There's a fucking Too Short. You got like fucking gangster rap, which is dope. It's just some people, G-Funk. Some people oversaturate the genre with what they think it is. Fucking, for example, there's like Warren G, original G-Funk, and then you would hear
Godfather.
Like there's nobody that makes music like Warren G.
Yeah,
straight up. And there's nothing that I can compare it to because it's just so unique. It's chill, it's gangster shit, it's funky, and to have those different sounds coming from one person, it shit is dope because they're not in this box where you're a gangster rap, you got to rap about guns, you got to rap about spinning the block, you gotta rap about all kinds of shit. I know conscious rappers that rap about guns and it sounds dope. Like it doesn't always have to fall into a category. Sometimes you could just talk about fucking Pokemon and relate that shit somehow to a gun, and that's just dope. Because the skill, all right, cool. Sometimes, yeah, you got to have skill to be able to make a dope song. But then once you have the skill, you can't just rap about a whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
Now it's like,
what are you saying?
What are you saying? What makes you you? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you can rap a whole bunch of dope ass words that rhyme and shit, but what are you even saying?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't saying shit. You just, at that point, it's just a freestyle. You just rhyming words. It doesn't even mean anything. Like, I think we spoke about this last time with Ghostface Killer. Mm-hmm. There was this one song where he's literally not talking about anything, but it just sounds dope.
You're talking about like Nutmeg?
Exact. That's the exact song that I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he said it where he's like, I wasn't talking about shit. I just said a whole bunch of shit that sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes
and it just rhymes.
It rhymes and it feels good and it sounds good. And there's some fools that want to talk about some shit so bad. It's just like, dog, we can tell that you're trying to do some shit, and just because you're trying to do it, it's not coming out good. You got to just let loose and just do what you feel. Don't try to copy a template and then be like, oh, okay, this was doing this, then I'm going to do the same thing he's doing so I can be as dope as this fool. But it's not like that. Everybody's different. Everybody, you know, fools don't want to hear me rap about no trap stuff, because I don't know that life. I've never been in a trap like that, unless you're talking about the mouse trap where we trap with a mouse and a keyboard, you know. But you know, that's not a life that I live. I have homies that live that life, and I see it, and I what's up, mama? You're angry.
Hold on, wait. Put the mic. Tell us what. Oh, ooh. Damn. What?
Come here, Mom.
Come here. Penny says she's mad. Why you mad, Penny? Please tell the viewers over here why you mad.
Why you mad? Let me see. Tell me. You're mad, Mom? You're sleepy?
Yeah. That's what it is.
You're sleepy. You're tired. You're annoyed. You want to go home? Yeah. All right, Mama.
This reminds me of when my pop would take me to his work, and I'd just be. Back then, bro, in the early 2000s, just the big computers, and all my pop had on that thing was I think Super Mario like 2 or something like that, or 3. Dang. Like the OG. I think it was Super Mario 2, and I was just bored out of my mind, just being like 8 hours in the shop. So I feel you, Penny. I relate to your annoyance. I completely understand.
I'll buy you a Wonder Ball when we go home. You want that? Yeah. The Super Mario
right
one?
Away.
Okay, cool. We'll get one of those for you when we get on our way home at the liquor store.
Daddy, it's stuck.
What's stuck?
This.
Let me see.
Twist it.
Oh,
I got it. You twist them.
Ooh.
There you go. Bam.
There you go.
Look at that. Now you're rocking and rolling. You're like a Gibson.
You all right?
You just keep on rocking.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's your blanket? You want it?
Yeah.
You want to sit next to me? No?
I feel like she just, like, when you ask her stuff, sometimes she'll just say no.
Just to kind of, like,
just oppose. To be out of spite. Mm-hmm. Going back to, you know what's funny, bro? Like, a lot of these, I don't want to say a lot because I don't know who's doing what, you know? Yeah. It's not my business to know who's really about their raps and who's not, because that shit is dumb. It's a dumb concept to me when everybody wants the rappers to be 100% what they rap about. Like, if we're all gonna believe Cool G Rap was really in the streets with 245s just doming fools, pause. You know what I mean? Like, some of that shit is like, come on, bro. They'll give the greats a pass, which is like, okay, cool, but not nobody else either.
Yeah.
But you know, some of these rappers that they talking about the drillers and the trappers, and you know they ain't seen 10% of the shit that they're talking. You know?
Yeah, like. I was reading a Prodigy's book, and he's talking about Ja Rule doing exactly that, where he's talking all this gangster stuff,
and he's never seen none of that shit.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
is the word that he said. He's like, he's a nice guy, you know. So it's like, yeah, we get it. You know, this is an art, so it doesn't always have to be true. But if you're like, I guess.
But I think with Ja Rule's, his whole image was banking on, I'm this fucking tough guy. What would I be? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like all that shit.
Like he was this tough guy, and then after that, after they called him out, what did he do? He started making just love songs with Shanti. Because he was like, oh, shit, these fools caught on. They know that I'm not really in these streets like this.
Yeah.
So let me just make these bangers for these women, which was a smart move. Because if you want to stay relevant, you got to be where they want you.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm not going to lie. There was some Ja Rule songs that were pretty dope that I heard. It was one with Jay-Z, DMX, and Ja Rule. I forgot what it was called. But it had a sick-ass beat. I think Ja Rule opens up the song. Fuck. Do you remember that? Any song with them three? It's DMX, Jay-Z.
Probably. But you talking about like this is pre-Ja.
This is 90s. I think this is even before Murder Inc. I could
or
be
maybe
wrong.
when it first started. Probably like more like 97, 98.
Yeah.
DMX, Jay-Z.
It has a beat that goes tudum 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 tudum, and then I think DMX goes, "Y'all think it's a fucking game? What? I don't think they ready. I don't think so."
Murdergram? We're gonna get kicked off.
Nah, it's
Not that one?
Nah.
It's Murder?
It's Murder. Yeah, it's that one. This one. Oh my. I don't think so. I'm back against the fence. Creeping around corners. Creeping around warners.
Oh, this was at the Vinny Vidi Vici album? I think that was Ja Rule's. Oh, wait, no, I don't think it is. I don't know. No, it was. I think that was Ja Rule's first album.
See, look, if this song I really like from Ja Rule.
Wait. Ja Rule, Jay-Z, and DMX were Murder Inc.?
No way.
That's what the Double XL magazine says right here. Maybe when it first.
That is crazy.
Like they wanted to jump, you know what I mean?
Man, that would have been a crazy lineup for Murder Inc. I don't know what happened. That would have been insane.
Why do I feel like this is like a fake cover?
I don't know, man.
Hold on, we gotta get down to the bottom of this.
Photoshop can do some things, man. Like you can make fake shit on Photoshop, but now you don't even need that. You could just use AI.
It was June of '99, which makes sense because that was like before Rough Riders had beef with Rockefeller. That was before like the Ashanti and all that. Irv was probably in the picture.
No, for sure, because I think that's the link among all three of those fools.
Irv Gotti, right?
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Irv Gotti, bro.
Yeah, man. He was, despite all the stuff that he had against him, he did a lot for hip hop. In New York, and I think he could have done a lot more if he didn't have all that beef or all that hate. Give me a second.
We gotta take a parental pause right now with MIGZ. You know, this is what the hell? Why is the fucking wires all on your Reeboks, bruh? Damn, bruh. The mic didn't want to let you go, bruh.
Yeah, that's how I be with the mic sometimes.
That's funny, but yeah, man, I was listening to Jadakiss's first album, Kiss the Game Goodbye, and in the end, no, like the third to last track is a whole Rockefeller diss with Eve, The Locks, DMX. I think Dragon's in it too. The whole Rough Rider. It's basically Rough Riders dissing Rockefeller. But bro, like to me, as much as I love like Rockefeller, like Dipset, as much as I love Murder Inc.'s music, more so the R&B shit with Ashanti, bro. Nobody's fucking with Rough Riders, bro.
Hell no.
From like. We'll give it like from 98 or maybe 99 with their with the Lock second album. Well, actually, no, DMX was 98, right?
Think so, yeah.
So I'll say from 98 to like basically when like G Unit was hot, so like 98 to like 05 or 04.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, I feel like they were unfuckwittable for sure.
Yeah, they had some good shit. And also, I'm not sure whose album this was on, or maybe it was a soundtrack, but it's called 24 Hours to Live with I think it was the Locks, DMX, MIGZ. And that shit was a banger too. And it's pretty much.
Was that on DMX album?
It was a soundtrack for something, and then it was on.
Okay.
I think it was on someone's album, but pretty much they're talking about what they would do the last 24 hours if they knew that they only had 24 hours.
Oh, that's it.
And that shit is a cool ass
There's
concept.
no more songs like that anymore where it's like scenarios like you know, the heist, Big L or
phone tap,
something like that, where it's like it's all the.
It's like a story being told with everybody's verse included in that story, and everybody's just kind of more on some. Let's see who can rap better, and let me diss the same fools on this track.
Which is cool, but I like you gotta get creative with it. Like nobody wants to hear the same old, you know, shit.
Yeah, I mean, like. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything's been said and done. Now it comes to the point where fools know that, and they're just like, all right, I'm gonna just dress weird, so I can so they can remember me, because they're not gonna remember my songs because it's just fucking forgettable as fuck. Now I'm gonna just dress like a fucking whatever. You know what I mean? Like
the shit that like some of like these like TikTok, I wholeheartedly feel like single-handedly ruined a big part of hip-hop.
Yeah.
Because when TikTok came out, now everyone's like, oh, and like now we just gotta make a dance, like we just gotta make a TikTok song, and then all these other artists are like following suit with the corny shit. Like, I mean, Drake been corny, right? No disrespect, he makes cool music. It's not really my lane, but I kind of rag on Drake a lot, but this comes from a place of like, I'm a purist, man. And when I see Drake, I just feel like I see a caricature of an artist that is trying to do the most to stay relevant. Like he posted on his Instagram like him with like fake chiseled ass abs and like a bunch of dumb photos with like it looked like a movie or something, like a set with like a bunch of straps on the floor. They looked real, but I'm like, okay, bro, like no one's gonna believe that though.
Not Drake. They won't. I mean,
no,
I'm not gonna believe Drake. I believe him when he says shit about women. You know what I mean? Because obviously he gets bitches.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has ever been in a drug deal.
Probably not.
So he stays out of that lane. You know, for the most part. And that's where I respect him. Where it's like, okay, you know, you're not this type of person, so you're not even gonna get in there. But when he was beefing it with Kendrick, that's when I'm like, okay, fool, like, just stick to what you know, dog. Like, this battle rap shit, you're not cut for it.
He's really not. You
know, and like, honestly, there's one song I like by Drake it's Pound Cake with Jay-Z. I don't know why I like it. It just, sonically, it sounds cool to me. You know what I mean? And I honestly I can't tell you one bar from that song from Drake or Jay-Z, but I just like it. There's certain songs where I don't necessarily have to fucking be like, oh, this is fucking hip hop right here. Sometimes shit just feels good, and I'm okay with that. Like sometimes I don't need to think all the time about some deep ass story. Sometimes I just want to listen to fucking PD Pablo, fucking Freak a Leak. You know what I mean, and get ratchet with it.
More ignorant shit.
Yeah, it's just there's moods for everything. Hip hop is like, all right, you like hip hop, all right, you feeling sad, there's something for that. You feeling like you want to go party, there's hip hop for that. There's hip hop for any type of occasion. You know, there's a Mac Dre on some player shit, Too Short on some player shit. You know, Currency.
Everyone has their strengths and what their sound is.
Exactly.
And I feel like Drake, like I said, he just does the most to stay relevant. So when it was cool to rap like a Jamaican, this fool was doing that. When it was cool to steal other fools' waves, like whether it be I Love McConan, Party Next Door, The Weeknd, XXX Tentacion, like this fool was just a wave jacker his whole fucking career.
Yeah.
And like even now with the whole with the Conductor Williams and when he did that shit, when he did that song, I said, nah, this is where you step over the line, bro. Cause
now you're stepping into a world you have no business being in.
Yeah.
You know?
And he tried to associate himself with that world, like towards the first years. But like everyone knows, bro, like you don't really care about Wu-Tang. Like you really don't care about all this shit, bro. Like,
yeah, like when he dropped that, when I was hearing about, Drake is gonna have a song called Wu-Tang is Forever, I'm not gonna lie, I was excited. I'm like,
real?
oh shit, what the fuck is he gonna talk about?
Some bullshit.
Then I heard it, and I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do
with Wu-Tang Clan?
And I'm like, nah. See, like that's that clickbait shit where it's like, oh, I'm gonna get all the Wu-Tang fans to click on my shit. Yeah, because they thought it was something, and then when they find out it's not, it's like, oh no, this was just I see what he's trying to do, and I don't respect that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Lil Wayne, I think, told him like, hey, just don't rap about this gangster shit. Don't get involved. Do your singing stuff. Ladies love that shit, and and you'll be all right. And once he stepped out of that box, that's when food started coming at his neck, because K Dot ain't going. He's not gonna lose to Drake and no battle rap shit.
Not at all.
No, so K Dot, he's from the streets. He's not out here gang banging, but you don't have to be involved directly in gang banging to be a victim of it. Mm-hmm. You could be around it. You have family members that tell you not to do it, and you see this shit, so you're like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not gonna get involved. But sometimes it's inevitable. People see you with some people, and they're like, oh look, this is his boy, let's go jump this fool because it's his homie. And sometimes you're guilty by association, and that's all it takes sometimes to, like, in the streets. They just got to see you with one person that they don't like, and then they see you by yourself, like, oh okay, this fool knows him, so let's send him a message or some shit like that. And it's dangerous sometimes. So and it's cool to not glorify it. You don't have to say that gangster shit is cool, because in reality it ain't. Fools are dying, moms are losing their kids, and vice versa,
over senseless bullshit,
over dumb shit. Yeah. And it's like, it's 2025. I think we're past the point where we're trying to impress people we don't like. Like, it's cool to say gangbanging is dumb, like, you know what I mean? Unless you're actually benefiting from it, which I don't think anybody is nowadays.
Nah.
Like, there's no point of it. And even people that have been gangbanging for a gang of years, now they're looking at it like, yeah, that was a waste of time. Like, I wish I wouldn't have done it. But the point is that I'm here now. I did it already. So now I'm going to try to switch it up. I'm going to try to do things differently.
Some of the most banged out gangster, like the most hardcore fools, do life, come out, and not these are, we're talking about, you can count on your hands how many fools did a crazy amount, like 20 years, and came out. And I ain't heard one story where it's like, oh yeah, then this fool went back on the block. No, this fool became Christian, or he's what they call that shit, born again Christian. And they're just like, nah, this gang shit, bro, I wasted 25 years of my life because when I was 18 years old, this ain't, but like, just to give you like a lot of what is out there is like, yeah, like I did a holler when I was 18. I like fucking killed 2 people. I got life. I did 30, 25 years in the can and came out. And I fucked my whole life off because I was on the block.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do, like, as an artist or whatever? Like, do you want to uphold this gangster shit because you have this pride and ego, and oh, my homies would think I'm soft because I'm not really rapping about what I'm living and shit? And it's like, at the end of the day, it's fucking bullshit, bruh.
Yeah, no, that's true. But then también, like, there's people that make everyday life sound cool as fuck.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, like, exactly. There's fools like Serbs that don't need to rap about some shit that really is not in his world, because like I said, you don't have to be a gang member to experience loss or tragedy from gang life. We live in the areas where this shit is, it's happening. We're not from the suburbs, from fucking nice part of the city, driving 30 miles to go to the hood. We're already there, so it's like, fuck it.
Well, not me specifically. Like, I kind of bounced around, but pretty much like, I was back and forth, but I told 30, like, I never came from that background. Like, I never had a, kind of like, keep a filetto on me when I walk the streets and shit like that. Yeah. But I have experienced a lot of that shit. So I want everybody out there to know that it's okay if you didn't come from that, bro.
Yeah.
I want everybody out there to live in their truth, bro. But also on the flip side, it's like, Like my uncle told me this. He was like, "You rapping all the street shit, and you have no idea about any of that shit." And I want to tell him, "Oh, so you live my life, right? Like you did. You know exactly who was there the whole time. Like when fucking I would go on the wash and I would paint, or like when one of my homies got smoked by the cops. Like you was there for all that shit." You know, but I ain't but that's my Theo. I'm not gonna disrespect him and be like and check my own uncle. Like what the fuck? Like that's stupid. But you know, like like I said, the main thesis of all this shit is hip hop, and it's cool, bro. Like just be you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just be you, bro.
Have fun with it, you know.
Yeah, cause I'm not over here making. Like I feel like for every like street record I make, I gotta balance it out with some conscious shit. I got a line where I say, you know, for the kids, if you younger than 18, you shouldn't be listening. But I was the same. Growing up, I need me a fix. You know, like just kind of like.
Yeah, no, you're that bar right there is explaining exactly what you said perfectly. You don't need to, you know, you gotta be you, and you know sometimes. You want to listen to some gangster shit to just kind of like get into that state of mind and kind of understand where they're coming from and why they make that type of music, you know. And like I think I've heard OGZ say he loves fucking Mobb Deep, you know. He loves that type of shit, New York East Coast rap, but that's not the rap he does. It doesn't mean that he don't love it just because he don't do it. It's just that he knows where his lane is and that's where he's at. But he's, you know, he's a big fan of Mobb Deep and Prodigy. Like, who's not? You know, Mobb Deep, these fools were 19 years old making music that 30-year-old fools in prison were fucking with. Like, damn, how old are these fools?
Yeah.
Even before that first album, I think, I forgot what it was called. But
Juvenile Hell?
No, that album right there, it was like, oh, shit, how old are these fools? They were younger than...
I think they were like 16.
16, fool, and they were talking about some crazy shit. But then again, like, that's what they were seeing.
Yeah.
You know, that's not... They weren't seeing somebody else, oh, and let me write about this fool's life. It was like, fuck it, let me write about this fool's life from my perspective. You know, I'm not going to say that I lived his life. I'm going to just be like, fuck it. I seen this fool do this shit, and then that's the observations that I'm making is what I'm telling you. You know, so it's not always got to be about you. You could rap about gangster shit, but you don't have to, just don't lie and say that it was you.
Yeah.
Because then that shit could get you in trouble. Somebody could come up and be like, hey, what's up with that shit you was talking? And oh, that wasn't me. It's just art. I'm like, yeah, it's art, fool. But like sometimes you got to also remember some fools die because of shit that they say. And then they feel like, oh, how come this fool gets to say shit and he don't have to deal with the, you know, the repercussions that it comes with. Kind of like how now people are mad, like Chicanos are mad that people are dressing up as like, you know, with the Dodgers jersey, the creased up Dickies, the Cortezes.
Oh, you're talking about non-Chicanos wearing that type of shit.
No, even the Chicanos that never lived that life. Like
like the uniform.
Yeah, the OGs they have a problem now because they're dressing like this. But then if I remember correctly, these fools were mad because they were wearing skinny jeans and you know, like fucking riding skateboards. Like, you're never gonna make people happy. So just, if you want to wear whatever the fuck you want to wear it, but just understand that it's not like a costume. Like, people live this shit. And
it's real.
It's real. So if you're gonna wear it, but know what you're doing. You know. So
my dad would hate the fucking way I dress. My dad would literally tell me like, you can't wear something else, and I didn't get it. Like, I just thought it was cool to dress like that and be outside, because we was really outside, bro, with that shit on, you know what I mean, like fighting and shit. And I didn't get it till way later. Like, you know, my pops was just looking out for me because he just wanted me to not have to get into stupid shit. Because my pops would like if my pop rap, he probably had like more gangster shit to say than me, because my pop was like, you know,
really like, out there
was really like, and we told the story, we don't gotta like hide nothing. My pops, you know, was in White Fence with my uncle, who's an OG champ from over there. You know, we're talking about the 80s. My pops driving my uncle around. You know, my uncle would cop dust. He got shot in the head, was in a wheelchair, paralyzed. When he was fucking I think he was like 18, bro, 18, 19. And
damn,
this is the shit that I'm saying, bro. Like, he got shot in the head when he was 18 over a fucking parking space, just like Bronx Tale. Oh, no,
shit.
not like that, but someone almost hit them, right?
Yeah.
So when they went to go check this fool, you know, they were gonna fuck his ass up. Well, this guy ended up having a 45. He pulled out the piece, started shooting, hit my uncle, and the parking where he went and parked into, the guy ended up being the owner of that restaurant.
Oh shit.
So there was no way. They tried to sue the guy, my uncle, and you know the family tried to sue him. There's no way. You know, there's no way that we're gonna win in the 80s.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. We're talking about, you know, you could have killed somebody, you know, in them kind of circumstances, and you weren't. Cali back in the 80s ain't Cali now, bro.
Nah. You were able to get away with a few crimes back then.
A lot of crimes. Yeah. Way more
it's
crimes.
It's not like now where you can't even jaywalk without getting a ticket. If the cops want to give it to you, they're gonna give it to you.
You could have emptied out the whole clip in the 80s, I feel like, and no one would have said shit. Now you do that, you're gonna get fucking 10 years.
You're a fucking post on Instagram.
Yeah,
and
you're gonna do serious
time. It's easier to get caught now, and then sometimes even people will tell on themselves and shit just for bragging rights. Like, for example, those podcasts that fools say a lot of shit that can get them in trouble, and it has. I mean, a few times. So the feds watch this shit. They watch this shit so they can. This is their, like, I'm pretty sure there's some people that their job is go look at fucking podcasts today with gangster rappers and see what they say, see what information that they release from these fucking investigations that we still haven't solved.
Literally, bro, it went from detectives would come with a notepad and fucking ask around.
Exactly.
That was their investigation. Now they'll just Google your ass. Who the fuck is, you know, Lil Scrappy from fucking this body, and it's all on the internet, bro. I promise you. Maybe some of it is in the street too. I wouldn't doubt it, but a lot of it is like a lot of covert investigations going around where they're not gonna chase you in the car, bro. They're gonna build a case against you. They're gonna find out where you live or where your mom lives, or they're gonna get some good information on you and your bullshit, and they're gonna cuff you and put you away, bro.
Easy, man.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, and that shit is a scary place. The internet, man. Like, that shit wasn't such a threat. And then just the same way, you know, you could go on YouTube and learn a new skill. You could go on another website and learn all this shit that you never knew about an artist. The stuff that they don't say in their music, just because it's not in their music, you're not gonna know about it because you listen to you know about them because you listen to their music, not because you're trying to be like not because they're your role model or whatever. You know, so everything on the internet, that shit is up there because, one, they put it up there, and you know, that shit, they want to show it off. They want to put their I guess like their credentials, the belts that they've had under. They're
trying to spin their persona.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes the people that you see on the internet, they're nothing like that in real life. You know, so it's always tricky to be able to trust what somebody says on the internet. Because they're always gonna, you know, le van a echar crema a los tacos. They're gonna talk it up to make it sound
bigger. What it really was.
Just how, like, when movies are created about things that happen in real life, they're not gonna put it how it happened in real life because that's just low-key kind of boring. So they're gonna spice it up a little bit. They're gonna yell a little louder. They're gonna fucking dress a little more flamboyant just for you to get the point across on the TV screen.
Sometimes they fuck it up though, like with the NWA, with that movie.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of shit like they made. I honestly feel like they made Eazy-E look like a buster in that movie, and I feel like, bro, he was the most gangster fool in the whole in all of them, bro. Yeah. And they made this fool look stupid.
Yeah,
and same thing with the Wu-Tang show. Like Ghostface Killah has publicly said, like you didn't have to put all this extra shit, bro. You could have just told our story how it really was, and it would have been way better than all this other Hollywood shit.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, but you know, I guess TV has to be a certain way, or you know, it has to be exaggerated to a point where now they can call it art, and it's not like it. You got to
and they could sell it.
Yeah, because not everybody wants to know the real story.
No one cares. No, they don't care.
Nah, people just want to be entertained, and it's like, all right, cool. Like I didn't even know until I seen the show that Ghostface and Raekwon had beef, like mad beef, like beef to where these fools were shooting at each other's houses.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, fuck. See, look, if it wasn't for this show, I would have never known. Maybe it didn't go down like that, but the point is that they weren't friends. They weren't friends. They hated each other, but because they both had the same homie that they both respected, they were like, you know what, fuck this beef shit.
Let's make music.
Let's make music. Like, I trust what RZA's saying. He believes in our skill, and if he thinks that we can make a dope ass album together, let's do it. And that shit adds shock value, because like, if you knew these fools back then, if you were alive and you knew, oh, these fools have beef with each other, and the next thing you know, these fools come out with an album together, you're gonna want to listen to it, because you're in your head, you're like, what the fuck, these fools didn't even like each other.
Yeah,
I want to see what this sounds like. And then you hear it and you're like, yo, this is fucking crazy. Like, I would have never known that they could make music like this, because at first sight, they didn't even like each other. So the idea didn't even hit your mind like, oh shit, they would make dope music together. Like, imagine if like fucking, I don't know, some stupid shit, Donald Trump and fucking Kim Jong-un made like a fucking mixtape together. Fools are gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, first,
that's kind of like a kind of over exaggerated.
It's super over exaggerated, but
I think a better example would be like maybe like if Kendrick and Drake did an album together, you'd be like, what the fuck? Like,
that would be insane. But
like, these fools were just dissing each other heavy.
Yeah, but a lot of shit happens like that where fools have beef, and then you know, they come out with some shit together, you know, and vice versa. Some fools are super cool, and then years later they fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Mm-hmm. You
know, there's always been stuff like that where fools are cool and they end up falling out, and then later on they might make up or not. But for example, like Chamillionaire and Paul Wall, these fools were dope as fuck. They had a gang of projects together, and then something happened where they started dissing each other, and then the beef stopped, and then they tried to make music again, but it just wasn't the same. Same thing with Eminem, Royce 5'9". They were dope as fuck together, had beef, shit wasn't the same. Mm-hmm. So it's like, sometimes, you know, making music with your homies is dope until it's not. Some shit like that happens, personal opinions, egos. That shit just fucks everything up. I'm gonna put Penny down, hold on.
Yeah, well, we gotta wrap up the podcast. My fucking laptop's about to die right now. We gonna get into the message of the day. Migs, what's the message?
All right, man. The message for the day is, you know, just be true to yourself. You know, always trust yourself first of all. You know, the intuition doesn't lie. So if you feel something is cool, just flow with it, go with it, you know. And if you want to make something happen, make it happen. Don't wait for someone to make it happen for you, because it's not gonna happen like that. Go out and chase your own shit, plant your own seeds, and that's the happiest that I think, the happiest that you'll be when you know, enjoy the fruits of your own labor. And then even more so when you see other people enjoy it, and you're like, damn, like, I trusted myself that I like this shit, and now everybody fucks with it. Not because whatever superficial reason, but it's because they can tell that, oh, this fool, he loves the shit that he's doing, so I like to hear the shit that comes from it. You know? So that's the one.
MIGZ, I want to thank you very much for showing on the podcast. We got some really good work done today, man. We got some real MIGZ had pressed some clothes out already, but you know, I had a order, so you know, this shit took, you know, longer than I thought. I thought I was gonna be out of here by like 2:00, but it's already like 4. But that's fine. Like, you know, I'm with it, bro. I'm not afraid to you know, roll up my sleeves and get the work done that's supposed to get done. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna bitch and complain about like, you know, I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro.
No, I appreciate that shit, because there's not a lot of people who would do the work. They'll just be like, all right, well, I'll just come back, you know. But you were in front of the fucking heat press and shit, even with running the risk of getting you know, your shit infected because of the heat. Like that shit, there's not a lot of people that will put themselves in that situation where they'll make it happen themselves. Like, you know, I like that type of I like that quality in people, where it's like, all right, you help people that are already helping themselves, and you don't have to really do much. If you try to help someone that doesn't do anything for themselves, it's just like,
it's a fucking waste.
I might as well just do the whole shit myself. You know, what do I want? You know, I guess help for it, but you know, that's just dope to have people around that want to do shit for themselves. And when you come in to help, you know, you just come in with the helping and with the alley-oop, and boom, they'll take care of the rest, you know?
You got to, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Well, this is the God's Hour.
Boom, 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 boom.
Man, I couldn't even do the right outro.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.